Tony's Video Academy presents an introduction to Doodly, Lesson 4, Draw Paths and Layers, presented by Tony Smith. We're going to carry on with creating a new video, and we're going to use the second of the styles of board, which is a chalkboard. So I'm going to call the title of this one chalkboard anyway. Okay, and then I'm going to change the resolution to 1080 because that's what I usually use anyway. Right, and as you can see, the chalky board is on, and if you add anything on it, it's going to have the chalky colour into it. So we're going to add a tree probably. We'll get the trees. Where's the trees? There's some trees here. Let's get the trees on. There's the trees. Right, I don't want all of it, I don't want the ground, so I'll get rid of that. Right, so I've just deleted the ground off there, and what I want to do is I want to bring the trees down a little bit. Bring the trees down, that tree there, that one, bring that down a bit, this tree down a bit there. Just going to reduce the size of the tree just because I want to, because that's what you can do. You can change it, you can alter everything on there if you need to. Then I'm going to pull them up, some of clouds, so it should be a bit higher. Right, now with this one, what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on the pencil which is around the tram line of the tree, and that is to change the path, because that's how it looks at the moment, the way that does. If you want to change the path, what you do is you delete the path like that, click OK, press plus to add new paths, and then you go around the path but with little dots every centimetre or so, going around like this, and try and do the outline of the thing first. Be a good idea. You can always add extra bits where necessary after, but the outline is the most important bit really, because without the shape you ain't got nothing. So let's get the shape first, the entire thing. Just, you know, every so often about a centimetre is the best advice I can give really. And once you've done that and got back round to the bottom, make sure you reach the bottom dot that you done initially. You need to get to that really. So we're roughly about right there. Go put one right by it. Now that's how it looks so far. You can see it looks pretty good. Now what we can do is we can add a new path if we want to make sure we get these ones on this side done. So I'm going to do that next. Like that. I think I missed a bit, didn't I? So if you've got a problem or you made a mistake, you can just either delete the path like that, or you can just if you forget something like I did there, like starting there and then working your way around. Say you make a mistake and say you go all the way down here, oops, I made a mistake. Right, so you pick that and then you go on to the actual piece. Wait a minute, you go on that piece there, right, and that deletes it, and then you go plus to carry on like that. So, and then you can do the rest of these like this, and it won't change until you've saved it all, so you got to watch out for that. Right, so that's number 2. You can do these bits, but I would suggest you do them as separate paths if you want to do each piece these separate paths. The other thing is, if you want to do the colouring in, you can do that as a separate path for each part. So we can do, if you want to colour in the whole of the top, you do at an angle, click, 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 like that. Keep doing that kind of zigzaggy angle. Like that. Don't worry about going over the other, it don't matter. Just colouring what it will. Anyway, so that's fine. Then when you get to the end of that, you can do another path for the trunk in a similar fashion. Not necessarily the same, but that's what you got there, so that'll be alright. And then you can do somewhere around here, you can start, let's do path 4, so we do, you start there, oops, that's a mistake, I've done a mistake there, that's what happens, sometimes you can't help it, you get mistakes sometimes, so I've just got to put that back onto path 4, it clicked onto path 1, then that was a problem, because I caught one of the others dots by accident. That's what happens if you click a dot that's from a different path, it might click onto that path. Then you might just have to do what I just did, which was delete the dot that you just put on and change the path back to the path you was on. And there you go. Right, so that should be alright. Now what I'm going to show you is the crucial part. On path 1, you can get onto that and just increase the path size. As you can see, it's going thicker there. Right. Then go to path 2, do the same, yeah, path 3, increase the size, and path 4, increase the size like that, and back to 3 and 4, you need to increase the size of the paths a lot, right, so like that, so it covers the lot, yeah. So that should be alright. Now save that and return it. So when you do it now, I'll just preview that just to show you how it goes. It looks like it's actually drawn that down it. Yeah. So that's what you do anyway. Okay. So I've just showed you how to do drawing paths on this one, and I'll also show you what the layers panel here is all about. If you can see, these clouds are behind the trees, yeah. Now if we pull the layer down there, the layer will be in front of both trees. See, now if I pull it in there, be in front of one and behind the other, yeah. Right. The other thing is, if you click on that send backwards, that does the same thing, right? As you can see, it's moving backwards and forwards in the layers panel. That's the same point, using those two things, and these are the layers. So you can do it quickly like that, or slowly like that, this way. Right, so if you want to get it in a particular spot, this one probably be the better to use, but if you want it moving from the top to the bottom quickly, that one's the easiest to use. Plus that, a delay is how long it takes before it draws the item, and the duration is how long it takes to draw the item. That's what these are for, so you can add how long it takes before it gets drawn, or how long it takes to draw the items. So that's what you do with that, and then you have to save your actions if you can. Once it's saved, then if you're happy with what you got, then you export it. Okay, that's the end of lesson 4 for today, and hope you enjoyed it, and we'll carry on with lesson 5.